Hey guys, welcome back to 𝗘𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗬𝗧𝗔𝗡 in Copenhagen. So we recently got a 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗬𝗧𝗘𝗥, which in English that's just a cargo bike. It looks like this. And as a foreigner in Denmark, these are completely new to me. I did not grow up with these at all. And I'm smiling because they kind of like terrify me a little bit. Not so much like riding in the cargo box itself, but more just like me being on the bike driving it. I can't see me ever doing that. I'll get into it later. There's a few reasons why I'm scared of them. But they're very popular here, especially in Copenhagen. People almost use them as like a second car or instead of a car. It's more like a greener option. So I thought I'd do a little video showing my first time riding one, both as a passenger and also, if I can work up the courage, driving it myself, and just sharing my thoughts and reactions with you guys. So first off, the brand we chose was a classic Copenhagen Christiania bike. Even if you don't live in Denmark, if you live somewhere where there's even a small cargo bike scene, you've probably seen a Christiania bike. This specific type of cargo bike was invented in 1984 in an area of Copenhagen called Christiania. I could do a whole other video on that area, and in fact I will, but if you're not from here, just know that it's essentially an area of Copenhagen that used to be military barracks until some free-spirited hippies or other alternative Copenhageners moved in the 1970s and made it their own residential area. They decided that Christiania, as it became called, would be totally car-free, and so the idea for the Christiania bike was born to allow residents to get around easier. They just really are the original classic, extremely well-made cargo bike, and they're all made in Denmark. We really liked that about them too. Our first stop was the showroom in Christiania, where we got to sit in a couple different models, and from there we completely customized how we wanted our bike to be. For example, we chose an electric bike. You can still get non-electric if you want, but if I ever had a hope of riding this thing, I needed some extra power. We also opted to include a door, which costs a little bit extra, and we also wanted a canopy to go over the bike for cold or rainy weather. Inside, we chose to have a little storage box under the seat, which is a really great feature for day trips or whatever. And then we asked for one child seatbelt and an adult seatbelt. Then, once it was all built for us, we went to go pick it up. No, this is fast, this is fast. Keep it so you can have like control of it. Okay, so we're just at a traffic light, so I'm going to try and talk. We just picked up our 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗬𝗧𝗘𝗥. See, we can sit here. We got the cover down there. Steve's behind the wheel. Oh god, we're going. So this is like our first time, my first time in a 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗬𝗧𝗘𝗥. Steve's proper first time riding it. But I feel like we're finally Copenhageners now that we have one, don't you think? We're finally Copenhageners now that we have one.
Yeah.
The only thing that gives me away is my helmet, because people do not wear helmets in this thing. Steve almost clipped that guy.
Oh yeah, but there's some like glass on the ground.
Okay. So this is slightly terrifying, but I'm going to film some of our journey home, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. In here.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
It'd be nice with a blanket, and also I just feel very like vulnerable. I feel very exposed. But I feel like you're getting the hang of riding, so I
can definitely feel like it's really like balancing thing.
Oh, stop.
I think you have to lean backwards.
Oh, really?
And then forward.
See, this is putting me off ever attempting to ride it myself. Does it feel different? So you tested the shorter one. Does it feel much different to that, or not really?
It feels a little bit more lively, like in turning.
Don't say that.
Oh, but like not by a lot. I think it's more just like getting used to it.
Did you almost just tip us over?
We were pretty far from tipping, but we did lift the wheel, yeah.
right now?
26.
Oh.
See if you can push it a bit.
No! Oh, my legs, literally, my legs are all shaky because I've been like gripping on for dear life. Well, our maiden voyage, done. You've got a big grin on your face. You're so happy to have it.
Yeah.
What's your first thoughts?
I don't know, like it was just fun going through the city and being able to sit and talk.
That's true, yeah.
Like you can't really do that. Because it's always like, oh, I don't want to ride into you or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was quite a lot of fun. And then thinking, oh, we can have stuff very fast and Nikolai can be there.
I have to say I'm very happy that I had my helmet a couple times. Because we almost tipped, what, like 3 or 4 times?
Is almost tipping, like lifting a wheel is allowed? Is a turning technique?
Allowed? Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
I liked it though. I'm very cold, so I think we definitely have to have a little blanket in there. And then how's it getting used to like the new like?
The gears I have to get used to because they work in a different way than my normal bike. So both like up and down is pushing.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm using my index finger for going, I don't know, going up or down, whatever, and then the thumb. But here I'm using the thumb for both. And then there's a little bit of like making sure when I'm not. Like when the engine is on and when it's not on.
Yeah. What, switching from like electric to not?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because I'm still not confident enough, so I like switching it off when it's going like, I don't know, sharp turns, whatever.
I honestly don't think I can never drive this thing. I'm so scared of it.
Easily.
No, easily no. You were struggling and you're like a lifelong bike rider.
But this is completely different.
Yeah, it's worse. We'll see. So I don't know if you noticed, but it took my husband Steve a couple of tries going out on the bike to kind of get used to how it drives, which just terrified me even more because he's Danish, he's been biking all his life, he is such a strong biker, and there was a couple times where I don't know if he actually would have tipped it, but it felt like we were gonna flip over or something. I was really scared. And then just if he is struggling with it, then I just thought, no way, there's no hope for me. Like if anything, that put me off ever getting on the bike myself and trying to drive it. Because also I think like I could never imagine having my son in there and feeling safe, you know what I mean? Like just that I'm in control of this 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗏. If something maybe goes a bit wrong, I can correct it. Like I had no hope of that at all. And I know Dane's watching this. My husband was asking me this, like, why are you even scared of it? And I think that's kind of what it comes down to. I'm scared of it tipping, especially with my son in it. And just not, like, if something goes wrong, I want to know how to troubleshoot it and, like, how to overcome it, you know? Like, if it suddenly starts veering in some weird way or I'm getting too close to another cyclist, I want to be in like full control of this thing because it can be quite dangerous, you know? Like on a normal bike, I'm okay. I mean, I've been riding bikes since I was a kid, but not in the way that they do here in Denmark. Like here in Denmark, it's not just, it's like a mode of transport, or like I said earlier, it can be like a second car for a family. So you'd get like everyone in the cargo box. Just for me growing up, biking was like recreational. It would be something that I would be going up and down a street with my friends. Like I wouldn't really be going on like any long journeys. If we were going to like a store or somewhere further away, we would always go in a car. It would never even be a question that we would go on a bike. So just while I can bike, I'm not the most confident. I'm not Danish, I'll put it that way. I'm not super confident on a bike just because it's not the culture that I grew up in. But even though I am scared, I really wanted to try it for myself. Just as a side anecdote, me and my husband were walking down, I think this was just after we had ordered our 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗏𝗏 and we were waiting for it to get made. So of course we had it on our brain and we were looking at all different cargo bikes when we were out and about. And we were out one day in the city and we saw this woman pull up to like just stopping at a traffic light that we were walking up to. And this woman was tiny, like I can't even guess her height, but she was very, very small, very thin. And she had a 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗏𝗏 that she was driving. And from what I remember, she had 2 kids in it. I don't know if it was 1 or 2, but she had kids in it. And she was just like boss of that 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗏𝗏. She was in control. And I just thought, okay, if she can do it, it's just someone that you might look at on the street of just maybe not having so much strength or she just impressed me, and she was really my inspiration for being like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. I just need to practice. I just need to go somewhere where there's nobody else around, no cars, no traffic, and just kind of get a feel for the controls and just how it feels. Because when we first went to the showroom, I pushed it out the door, just first of all, just to see kind of how heavy it was. And it just, have you ever seen a movie where like a character looks up at a staircase and it just seems to go on forever and ever and ever? That's how it felt looking down this 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗬𝗧𝗛𝗏, because we got the slightly longer one than is standard. We got one that's a bit like 30 centimeters longer than is the more common one, I would say, that people use here. So that just added to this like, oh my god, this really long cart that I was in control of. I just thought there's no way that I could ever steer this. But seeing that woman, that really inspired me, and I thought I just need to try. And like, worst case scenario, if we try it in a parking lot or something, if I fall over or whatever, like how bad can it be? And that was another reason why I was scared, actually, because there's been a stream of news articles over here recently about people who have been in like horrifying accidents on these 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗥𝗬𝗧𝗏. I remember a story not long ago about a woman who, she wasn't riding our brand. To be fair, I haven't heard of any crashes on our brand. I'm sure they probably happened, but don't tell me about them. But anyway, this woman, she was driving with her kids, and she tipped it over. I can't remember what the reason, maybe she just lost control or whatever. She tipped it over, she got like fractured ribs, broken arms, so you can like seriously hurt yourself on these things. So that was another reason why I just thought, okay, no, I'll be a passenger, I don't want to drive it. But I think it's important to confront your fears. So let's give it a go. Okay, so it's super windy, so I hope you can hear me. But 𝗖𝗛 has taken me out to, at my request, the emptiest parking lot we can find in the area. So I'm actually gonna try and ride this thing, which terrifies me. 𝗖𝗛 thinks it's funny that it terrifies me, but but so much can go wrong. But okay, he's gonna try and show me what to do, and we'll see if I can actually steer this thing. Where's the brakes? That's the first thing I want to know.
So you got, it's just normal hand brakes,
okay, yeah.
and it's at the moment it's like a parking like e-brake thing.
How do I get that off?
So you just press in. So try and press it.
Of the brake.
Yeah. And then you can hear
and
the
it
little click.
releases. And then to what? Do it again?
To do that, then you have to press it all the way in and then click that over.
And a button. Wait, what? That one?
It's just that red one. You just push in.
So.
Like that. Or like give it a press.
And then. Ah! Stop!
Oh yeah, and don't push the handle. So okay,
it's going wrong.
Like this is a gas. So
okay, we talked about like I'm stuttering. I'm so nervous. we talked about first I would just do it no electric, so I have that's the one I have to avoid.
Avoid it.
Okay.
But you can see over here there's like it's zero assistance.
Okay.
If you want to put more assistance on, you use these buttons.
Let's not talk about the electric right now. So literally all I need to know is like what brakes, and then that takes off the parking.
Yeah. And that's a gas, so don't touch that.
And then I just pedal, and then that's just me pedaling.
Yeah, it's just you pedaling.
Okay. Stay adjusting the seat because I'm very, very short. Does it get any lower than that, or is that?
Well, it does.
Okay, no, I mean it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, I feel like they're coming for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna try and go around that. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not that, it's easy, isn't it?
Okay,
Alright, so gears, this is gearing down, and then pressing that one in is gearing up.
Wait, pushing what?
Pushing that, well, you gear down, like lower gears.
Yeah, and then...
And then pushing that one in. So you need to reset with your thumb. So can you reset with, like when you sort of hold there?
No.
It's a little bit awkward.
Okay.
That was why it took me a bit of time in the beginning
so
as well.
that goes up and this is down.
Yeah, yeah.
So do I have to pedal first before I put on the...
No, you can just put on the gas.
Are you scared?
Oh, I'm very excited.
Do you feel like you're in good hands? Oh my god, I'm like, I feel like this has like opened up a whole world for me. Like, I just feel capable.
Well, like you can actually go a lot of places now because it's like all the things you can have with you, and you're like more stable on the bike compared to the other one. Like the handlebars are so high on yours, like your normal bike.
Yeah.
Like they're really, like even I think they're really high.
Yeah. So I think I have a long way to go to feel confident on the cargo bike, but it really helped just having a no pressure environment where I could just sit on it, practice, see what the electric controls were like, because I'd never driven an electric bike at all. It went so well actually that I actually drove Steve, my husband, I drove him back home in the 𝗖𝗛𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗏 from there, which was maybe like a, I don't know, max 5 minutes like bike ride. But I was just like on cloud nine. I was so proud of myself that I managed to do it, and not only just try it, because that's kind of where I thought it would end with me, but also then drive it home. Since then, I haven't driven it so much just because it's more convenient for my husband to jump on the back because he's so much more confident. But I did definitely want to keep practicing because I want to get to a point where I can feel like I can just pop my kid in the front and I can go off and just feel completely like I got this. But right now, I'm not at that point yet. But all this to say, just know if you're not a super strong biker like me, or you're a little bit worried about getting one, if you can swing the cost of these, because they can be quite expensive, don't be put off by not being able to drive them, because they're a lot easier than you think. I was actually pleasantly surprised by how easy this was to steer. I would definitely recommend, at least if you're like me, getting the electric bike version, just because it just has a lot of like power assist and things like that, so you're not working as hard. It really makes the bike glide a lot smoother for you. Overall, I'm thrilled we got one. We've actually used it way more than I thought we would. And I just really like that it's like, we don't have a car, so it's a nice green alternative to having a car. We can get around anywhere we need to in the city. We don't live that far from the beach. I mean, in Denmark, generally, no one lives that far from the beach because you're kind of surrounded by beaches. But we're pretty close, so we can't wait for the summer. We've got a whole long list of places that we want to go. There's so many things that you can do with them. If you have any questions about cargo bikes, specifically the Christiania bike, just pop them down in a comment below and I'll help where I can. I'm not an expert, but I can tell you from my perspective what our experiences have been like. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know any questions or comments down below, and I'll see you next time.